Hello and welcome. Today we are a bird. A bird soaring over the lake village. Still looking a little bit random, I guess. I mean, we sort of have triplets of building forming together over here. And then here as well. Yeah, it happens. But this is where we are at today. Now, I have to make a bit of a confession. So, I've played for a while, and I really wanted to make a recording. And I thought I did. But as it turned out, after about an hour and 10 minutes, I had not recorded anything. Which is very sad because I have now made some changes to the way I am recording in general. So the quality should be a lot better than before. That's number one. It's already visible now, even from this perspective. And then I was recording another session to make up for the first lost one. Now, the first session, I didn't really do that much. I was just mainly doing things in the village and explaining things as I usually do. I don't think that's something anyone would really miss. But the second session, we actually went to Zambor in the night. That was an adventure. That was something. But I was not happy with that recording for some technical difficulties. So, this is the third attempt. We're gonna have to do it again. Now, as I said, I've made some changes. I have made some paths on the ground. We can see that here beautifully in the center. There is no entrance to the village per se. That will come eventually. I have... I have moved the pigsty. Obviously, this is very clear here. But because of the random fence around it and the not quite perfect position, but also the... Actually, this is also not perfect. How is it that I'm walking like this? I don't understand. Was I drunk? So actually, this is actually fine, but not fine because of the weird fence. I'm gonna have to fix that. That's gonna bother me. And whoop, we are back in Racimir's body, and it's very windy today. Sorry about that. Let me get my trusty hammer. And you have to go. How dare you not be straight. Rude. Now let's try again. Why did I throw my hammer away? I do not know. Okay. This time we're gonna do it proper. Now, is that straight? Probably. Lovely. But I may actually turn this around because I'm kind of thinking, why have I turned this away from the village in the first place? I should be turning it inward. So just the other way around. Yeah, that's what I should be doing. Anyway. Other than that, I would like to introduce the newest member of our lake village, which is
would look like.
Alice. A world without kings. Wait, did you say kings or kinks? Yeah, so she's making something for sure. I actually don't remember what I told her to make. Ah, yes. But also gather some... I actually forgot about that. So this is a very important part. The herbalist is not only useful because they can... I mean, once you've unlocked them, they can not only then craft various potions. So, well, it's not magic, but kind of like magic in a way. But also they can make poison. Now you may ask, well, what do we need poison for? Well, you can dip the tip of your arrows into poison. And there you go. Right? There you go. That's the thing that you can do with the poison. Yeah. I just wanted to get it. Anyway. Now, we need to make some space for the deadly nightshade. There you go. There you go. And now we are gathering herbs. I love that. And actually, I can already showcase that. I can dip the existing stone arrows that I have right in the poison that I've collected. Hi, guys. Look, it's fine. You don't have to pretend that you're working. Yeah, don't. Just go. Just go. I know that you were just slacking off. It's fine. Time theft. That's what I call that. Right, so now we can dip 2 sets of arrows.
I need some water.
And he needs some water. Dip them into poison. And what they will do, they will give us that does nothing. Stone arrow. Well, there should be poisoned arrows, no? I don't know. Who knows? Right. Anyways, I also made some spoons, wooden spoons, and because that's very boring, I am now going to sell them. And believe you me, that is going to be the thumbnail for this one. A random medieval person with a bunch of spoons. And they will not know what to do with it or what hit them. But that's fine. I don't understand what happened to the arrows. This is really bothering me now. First of all, why do I have only 1 iron arrow? But secondly, I don't understand this. Where are the poison arrows that I just made? They should be in my inventory. Anyway, we will find out. Now, who am I going to bless with the wooden spoons? Maybe her. Where's she going? Hey, get back here. Matilda.
Hey, friend.
Hello.
Want to see my wares?
No. I have something for you. It's a gift. I made it myself. You're welcome. She's like, oh, thanks.
Have a nice day.
Yeah. That was her polite. You have to understand. So when they say have a nice day, in Denica, what they mean is please go. It is time for you to leave. And please never come back. That is what they really mean. They're just very polite. That's all. No boars today. Yeah, and among the many, many things that I've said in these 2 recorded sessions that I already did today, was that I really hope that we will soon see modding enabled for Medieval Dynasty. Because I am just very, very sure that this is going to be the one thing that can keep the game interesting and, let's say, alive for the next 5 years. Right? Because there is already a large amount of games coming out that are trying to do the same thing but better. And eventually 1 or 2 of them will succeed. Maybe they will not be Medieval Dynasty, but they're going to be doing a good job. Anyway. And I think from all the survival crafting games set in a medieval environment, there really isn't anything that comes close. I mean, there's of course Bellwright, but it is ultimately a slightly different concept. And it involves a lot more fighting. Has a completely different story background anyways too. Interesting game in its own right, but it's just not exactly comparable. So yeah. I've also made some flour, right? And one thing that is important to notice when you have an item here, you can always tell which storage it belongs to, whether it's the resource storage or the food storage. And flour is actually considered a crafting item, and therefore it is placed in the resource storage. So for anyone who is, putting flour, which makes sense, of course, to think, well, but it's food. You can eat flour. Well, not not on its own. I mean, technically you can, but nobody does that. It is considered a resource in that way, right? So if you don't put it into the resource storage, you're not going to be able to access the flour. That's the thing. So we're just going to put that here. What else have I made? Have I done? What have I done? Probably nothing. It is very windy today. Not much I can say. I've also tried to collect some berries just to make sure that we have some more fertilizer ready. And I have built another bench and made this whole...
Seem to age at all, lucky bastards.
Yeah, that's true.
All right then, keep your secrets.
What?
I would have a couple of suggestions for improving life in our settlement.
You don't have to talk like that to me. The heck? Who else wants to go? Or can I interject? So, as you can see, I've also cleaned up this rondel a little bit. So that there's a little bit less green and just more kind of even sitting space for the people.
I know not every marriage is built in love, but at this point I love to have a loveless one at least.
Man, so does she. She's sitting right next to you. What are you talking about? Kinda rude, not gonna lie. Huh? Bertha? Bertha, why are you not sitting? There's still 3 spaces left. No? Everyone can sit down. There is enough space, but for some reason they are... Okay, I think they're arguing. They are arguing with telepathic communication. That is why we cannot actually hear anything. Yes, and I've continued also to upgrade the houses bit by bit. They are not done, of course. If you walk around, you will see that they're actually still mostly made of sticks. But I've at least begun to upgrade. Begun to upgrade. That is true. No year has 2 summers. Absolutely. Did that actually boost our diplomacy skill? I would say no. No, it has not. Is it? Is it time to sleep? Yeah, you know what? It is. I think it is. Good morning. Okay. Yeah, I've installed some blinds and now she doesn't recognize me in the morning because it's too dark in here. But we can open them sometimes. Lovely noise. Let's allow some fresh air to come in. It is necessary. Yeah. Roland.
Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better.
True. Truer words have never been spoken.
Sometimes I start to wonder what life in other villages is like.
Well, I guess we're going to...
Strife. A coincidence? I don't think
It's
so.
starting to look like a proper village.
Okay, guys. You and your random lines are boring me. Anyway, as I was saying, I think... Wait, do I have water skin left? Yes, I have some water skins left, indeed. I think today is a good day to go out and visit Sambor again. I think that is what we are going to do. Ah, yes, I've also discovered, and I'm already highlighting it, so it's really not a secret. I have discovered a little trick. Not only is in general fish meat much more valuable compared to normal meat, red meat, but especially fish is very interesting. You can see here pikes are for some reason kind of rare, maybe, I don't know, a little bit, I guess, and therefore much more valuable than other fish and even any kind of other food that we can currently make. Even more valuable than stew, even though stew is a two-component food. And we're gonna take full advantage of that, and we're going to sell pike like no one ever has before. Yeah, starting today. Yeah. Oh, but I actually wanted to take meat to eat myself. That's what I wanted to do. There you go. And I wanted to fill out the water skins. There you go. Awesome. And now we are ready to go on an adventure. I agree. Keep a lookout for the wolves. Or the wolvies. Oh, they're already here. They're already hunting the deer. They're so angry. All the time. Is it because humans have already hunted them for hundreds of years at this point? Probably. I'd be mad too. Honestly. Oh, I'm just realizing I also read a big chunk of Onivak. And not only was it horrible to read, but now I have to reread it again, actually. Yeah. Because I have already discarded the recording. Anyway. Please, please, please let me know in the comments if this quality improvement is worth the effort. I think before was a big compromise, actually. And now we are probably going for the best and most quality that we can possibly get. At a cost, yes. The file size has quadrupled, I think. Maybe even more. But yeah, it's fine. YouTube doesn't care. I don't really care, so. Okay, let me give this a try then. Where is the Onivak? Where did we stop last time? Yes. Right. Okay, we're back here. So, little recap. For those of you confused, what am I talking about? I'm reading Slavic folklore stories as Racimir, remembers them from my mother, who told me these stories. And this one is from Onivak, the Firebird. And as the story has progressed, there was a very complicated... there were 3 different castles involved, one made of copper, one made of silver, one made of gold. And there's a princess involved, and a mare with a golden mane, and of course the Onivak itself. So now we thought that we were nearing a happy ending, because the youngest brother had actually freed the princess and wanted to stay with her and not actually give her to the Silver King, or King of the Silver Land. I don't know what you want to call him. But then, as fate had it, his brothers decided otherwise. And they actually found him asleep. And they killed him. So, they were having a little debate. And after that, they decided to kill their youngest brother and cut up his body into small pieces, while they threatened to treat Zlatovlaska in the same way if she attempted to disobey them. On reaching home, they sent the horse with the golden mane to the marble stables. The cage containing Onivak was placed in the room where their father lay sick, and the princess was allowed a beautiful suite of apartments and maids of honor to attend to her. When the king, who was much weakened by suffering, had looked at the bird, he asked after his youngest son, to which the brothers replied, "We've not seen or heard anything of him. It is very likely that he's been killed." The poor old man was much affected. It seemed indeed as if his last hour had come. The Firebird moped and refused to sing. The horse with the golden mane stood with his head bent down before his manger and would eat no food. while Princess Zlatovlaska remained as silent as if she had been born dumb. Her beautiful hair was neglected and uncombed. Uncombed. I have so much trouble with that word, I don't know why. Uncombed. And she wept. Her tears fell fast. Now, as the red fox chanced to pass through the forest, he came upon the mangled body of the youngest brother, and he at once set to work to put the scattered pieces together, but was unable to restore them to life. At that moment, a raven, accompanied by 2 young ones, came hovering overhead. The fox crouched behind a bramble bush, and when one of the young birds alighted upon the body to feed, he seized it and made a pretense of strangling it, upon which the parent bird, full of anxious love and fear, perched upon a branch close by and croaked, as if to say, "Let my poor little nestling go. I have done you no harm, neither have I worried you. Let him free, and I will take the first opportunity of returning your kindness." Now he may or he may not do that, we do not know. What I do know from experience is that there are wolves somewhere here. And I do not want to run into them. We need to be on the lookout for these wolverines, wherever they may be. I actually do not see any. Where have they gone? Strange. Very strange. Maybe I'm too careful without needing to be. Yeah, so it would seem.
Dying of thirst.
He's dying of thirst. I mean, I am. Sambor. What is it now? Is the parcel ready? Yes. All nice. Warm and ready. Did you say warm? No. Did you? I'm pretty sure that... Here it is. Go to Tutki and give it to Walrat himself. As you wish. What has he given us? A mysterious parcel. Its content is unknown.
I'm thirsty.
Alright, I got it. He's thirsty. Here, have your water skin. Enjoy. Ooh. The wolves have returned. But where they are, it's unclear. We'll make a run for it. I think we're safe now. Okay. Now just let me check real quick. So to Tutki, it means we kind of have to stay on the right. And on this crossing, just go left. And then we can go straight to Tutki. Alright, no problem. We can continue reading from here. Just so, replied the red fox. For I am greatly in need of some kindness. Can you stop screaming, please? Thank you. I'm trying to tell a story here. Now, if you will fetch me some of the water of death and some of the water of life from the Red Sea, I will let your nestling go safe and sound. The old raven promised to fetch the water and went off at once. Wait. Something was left here. Some cabbage. Out of all the things you could have left cabbage. No, this is not really a shortcut. Within 3 days, the raven returned, carrying in his beak 2 small bottles, one full of the water of death, the other the water of life. When the red fox received them, he wished first to try their effect upon some living creature. So, he cut the small raven up, and joining the pieces together, watered them with the water of death. Instantly, they became a living bird, without mark or join anywhere. This he sprinkled with the water of life, upon which the young raven spread its wings and flew off to its family. The red fox then performed the same operation on the body of the young prince, and with the same happy result, for he rose again, perfect in form, and having about him no wound scars. On coming to life again, all he said was, "Dear me, what a pleasant sleep I've had." "I believe you," replied the red fox. "You would have gone on sleeping forever if I had not awakened you. And what a foolish young man you are. Did I not particularly order you not to stop anywhere, but to go straight back to your father's house?" That is true, I remember that. He did say that. He then related all that his brothers had done, and having obtained a peasant's dress for him, led him to the outskirts of the forest. That's kind of where we are now too. But here is already the sign, Tutki. So we are on the right track. Catch some breath, that's fine. I actually don't know. Might be the case that there is a cave nearby. Oh yeah, there is a cave here. Right there. A beautiful cave. Would you look at that? Are there animals nearby?
I'm roasting out here.
Ooh. He's roasting. I don't know if there is an animal inside. It's possible. Is this mine? Can I use this? Tin ore. It's free for the taking. And some iron ore I saw. I'm already happy with that. Okay, so the fox is leading the young prince, goes to the royal palace. The young prince then entered the palace grounds, unrecognized by the servants, and on representing that he was in need of employment, was appointed stable boy to the royal stables. Impressive, actually. We move on to Tutki. The king is the king. Wise words. Wiser words have never been spoken. The king is the king indeed. Now, so the young prince was appointed stable boy to the royal stables. Some little time after, he heard the grooms lamenting that the horse with the golden mane would eat no food. Now I have to scroll. "What a pity it is," said they, "that this splendid steed should have to starve to death.
It seems I forgot about food. Again.
Nah, again. Did you really? Have some cabbage. There you go. We have so much food actually. Which way? Left or right? It would seem right is the correct answer. Stop screaming at me. He droops his head and will take nothing. The steed, that is. Of course. Wait, is that Tutki? That is Tutki itself. Why would I walk all this way? I can just go straight into the village. Give him, said the disguised prince, some pea straw. I bet you anything he will eat that. But do you really think so? Why? Our rough-draught horses would refuse such coarse food. The prince's only answer was to fetch a bundle of pea straw, which he put into Zlaton Rivak's marble through. Then, passing his hand gently over his neck and mane, he said to him, "Grieve no more. Grieve no more, my horse with the golden mane." The beautiful creature recognized his master's voice, and neighing with joy, greedily devoured the pea straw. And so it goes. And here's the man that we're looking for, Walrad. Well, I'll be damned. Excuse me? One is bright, the other dark, both filled with a spark. Your eyes, you must be Racimir. Racimir. Actually, never mind. How do you know my name? I knew your uncle, Jordan. Besides, I've always been good with names, Ranigast. What are you doing here? I would have never see you in the flesh. Sambor sent me to you. He asked me to deliver this parcel. Oh, my sweet child. I would throw that away immediately if I were you. What? Why? Well, taking that I know this guy for over 20 years, I can smell this parcel from over here. I can guarantee you that it contains his feces. Gross! What the heck is wrong with him? Well, he couldn't fool the master prankster, but he sure could pull the number on you. And number 2! That's, I guess it's kind of funny. I've been doing practical jokes to the second Mossad for decades. If you could have only seen one of my best work. Good memories. Yeah, I bet. Anyway, I hope the bag of crab was not the only thing bringing you to me. Of course not. I've actually been talking with Unigost and Sambor about the pack. So you know? Amazing. I was afraid that I'll let the cat out of the bag. We had to be very careful not to share our business with anyone. Always trying to be visible, anonymous. Well, that must have been weird for Jordan when he came to the Castellan. When he became the Castellan. All this attention. My uncle was the Castellan? Yes, he was. And Unigost took over that position after he died. Did you not know that? No. Unigost never mentioned it. Must have slipped his mind. I would love to hear more stories. I'm trying to learn as much as I can about my uncle. Good thing you found me then. I love reminiscing all the adventures of the menacing phantoms. Menacing phantoms? That was the name of the pack. Didn't they tell you that? Those old farts and their memory problems. I am going to tell you about it. But first, I need your help. You see, A large pack of wolves swarmed in a forest nearby. I'm afraid they will attack us any moment now. Oh my, that sounds very serious. It is. That is why I need to build a palisade. As soon as possible. I already have a plan for it. It won't be as much as a palisade but a wooden maze all around Tutki. That way the wolves will get lost, confused, and less likely to attack. Well, that doesn't sound right. I've got all the necessary tools. All I need is some logs. And that is where I need your help. Sure thing, I can help you gather some materials, but how many logs do you need? I believe 1,000 will do. 1,000? You can't be... Quickly, Rampambam. There is no time to waste. Nah. Why? Who else is coming? Nah, I'm not doing that. Hey, listen. What's troubling you, Rudolph? Just to be clear, you were pranking me with the logs, right? What do you mean? The wolves are... Yeah, you got me.
I can't say a bad word about our king. I can't say a good word either.
Uh-huh. I was just messing around. But there is something I would like your help with, actually. I need you to kill my cow. Right. Is it sentenced for treason? Probably collaborated with those wolves, huh? I'm afraid this time not a joke. We bought this cow a few years back. Her name is Marilla. She stopped giving milk a while ago. My wife insists that we butcher her because the meat will become inedible. But I can't. She feels like a part of our family now. Kids grew up along with her. We all sharing memories. You share memories with a cow? Oh, don't be like that. You know what I mean. Will you put her down? Just do it out of my sight. No problem. I don't have feelings for food. That's not even true. He's lying. Amanda. You are Wolfsrad's wife, right? That's me, Amanda, and you are? My name is Racimir. I'm Jordan's nephew, or rather, I was. I'm sorry, honey. I've never met your uncle, but Walrad and him sure were close friends. What can I help you with? I'm actually here to help you with your problem. Walrad told me about Marilla. Oh. Are you going to help this big baby with slaughtering it? Wait, why can I choose no? What happens if I choose no here? Yes. Finally. Thank you for that. Better be quick with it before overly sensitive husband changes his mind. Cow, cow, cow. Raimund. Marilla. Is he anywhere in sight? I don't think so. Marilla, you had a very long and happy life. I'm sure you did. You're welcome. Apparently he has already pulled back into his house. Walrad. How did it go? I killed it. So you really did it, huh? Isn't that what you wanted? Wanted? No. But I guess that's what had to happen. What about a story about the pack then? Naturally. A deal is a deal, my friend. Before meeting Jordan and the pack, I was I guess you could call me a gambling artist or a professional dice player. But it would be simpler to call me common crook. I was traveling from tavern to tavern where I could cheat using my special dice and earn some money. I was pretty decent with my act, but Jordan saw through me right away. His eyes were burning a hole in my palm while I was switching the dice. And when I dared to glance in his way, he smiled at me. Even though he knew I was cheating and lost playing with me, he didn't say a thing. Paid up, shook my hand, and left the table. I was intrigued like never before, so I followed him. I saw him meeting with the rest of the pack, so I followed them too. I don't even know when I lost sight of Zambor, but suddenly he grabbed me from behind. That giant picked me up by the throat with one hand, threatened to kill me if he sees me one more time. That must have been terrifying. Smart thing to do would have been to run away and stay away. But I've never been a smart man, so I kept following them. Next time Zambor added beating to the thread. I couldn't see for 2 weeks out of my left eye, but I didn't stop. They were more and more annoyed with me, but they just started to ignore me instead. It didn't bother them that I was following them. Then it stopped bothering them that I was riding near them, then with them. So I started camping with them as well, eat with them. Finally one day when they entered the tavern, I sat with them at the table and Jordan just passed me a cup and a plate. Just like he did with everyone else. Unigost asked me about my name, and that was it. I was part of the family. So you were like a stray dog that didn't want to go away. Exactly that. I know how stupid it sounds. Pathetic, really. But looking back, that was the best decision I've ever made. Sure, they were making fun of me from time to time, treating me differently at first. I was the youngest of them all. But after a while, I really felt one of them. And I knew they loved me. That's really beautiful. I'll never forget my first mission. We were tricking a countess into signing over her mansion to the orphanage. It was amazing. I felt ecstatic and just at the same time. A noble crook. Without any guilt, but a sense of achievement. And I did good. Even Jordan's right hand said so. You mean Unigost? Unigost? Well, he and Jordan were certainly like brothers, but I believe it was always clear for everybody that it was Kestrel who was second in command. Kestrel? Who's that? They didn't tell you about her? Well, then I won't as well. It's not my story to tell. You should go and talk to Unigost. Yeah, I will. It was an immense pleasure meeting you, Volrad. And for me as well. Jordan would have liked you, I can promise you that. Till next time, Ratatouille. Till next time. So yeah, he kept calling me different names every single time. That's fine. I can live with that. Oh wait. He's also Mr. Horseman, right? No, she is. She doesn't want to talk to me. Wait. Is there anyone who wants to talk to me? Oh, you're left over. Yeah, I can see why. Actually, no. Reproduction is nothing to scoff at, but I cannot afford a house right now. And here lay the donkeys. For 700 coins. That's too much. I cannot afford that. I can barely afford to get home from here.
Have you seen any bandits in the area?
Are you asking me? I mean, you're the wagoner.
How do you do?
I have 200 coins. Oof. Well, that was interesting. Interesting story about Onivak. And an equally interesting story about Jordan and the new person that we've never heard of before, Kestrel. I wonder who that is. And isn't it strange that Unigos never mentioned that Jordan was actually the Castellan? Which is obviously the highest rank that you can have in this village. Village? Valley. You are representing the king. No, not the king, but you are the highest in command, let's say. That's what that means. Ooh. Well, we made it back home. In one piece. Let me see, what is the recording saying? About 50 minutes. I think this is where we're going to leave them. It?
It's a constant process of dying.
Wow, Willebo, are you alright? You sound a little depressed, man. I'm a bit worried. Yeah, so anyway. Ah, yes, I've also installed a few light sources in the village because I couldn't stand it anymore. It was just super dark at night. Now we have a little bit, minimum amount of light to keep the mosquitoes entertained, pretty much. And as we are creepily staring at our dear wife Nieva, we are going to bed ourselves beside her. And then we're gonna wait for the next morning to come, as always. Now, with the crackling of the fire of the torch in the background, I want to conclude the episode and say once again, please let me know if this was a visual upgrade as I intend for it to be. And what was the other thing? Ah yes, about modding. If it is actually known whether RenderCube is going to implement that for 2026. Because I kind of think if not in this year, then it might be too late. Right? I mean, there is not... I don't think there's any meaningful update gonna come. I would be surprised if there was. They're gonna maybe release small update packs, that's possible. So what really needs to happen is for some of the things that are either that are too plain and could be expanded on, or things that could be changed. I mean, for example, you have a bandit kind of AI in the game. They spawn in different places and they have the ability to perform aggressive attacks if you get too close. You could do the same as kind of a raiding system. I'm sure that's not too difficult. For example, right? You could mod that into the game probably. Among many other things, visual changes, etc., etc. And yeah, anyway, I'm getting carried away. That's what I wanted to say. Please let me know in the comments. Anyone, everyone. And as always, thank you for watching. And see you in episode 18.